Well, hello. This is Vontia Bors from Connect to Soul with you for your weekly discourse and spiritual teaching for the week of the 1st of January 2018. And can I please begin with wishing you a wonderful, happy new year, and May 2018 be a year where you feel empowered and where you feel that you can make choices that will take you where you really want to be. My topic for today is why do humans struggle with being human so much? If you look at the natural world, which by the way we are part of, even though we keep being told we're separate, we are not. You see, I don't see an oak tree struggling with being an oak tree. It just is. I don't see. This plant behind me, for instance, that is just magnificent. It's called a peace lily, and it gives me so much joy. Whether it's in flower or not in flower, it's recycling the air in the house, and it's just prolific, and it just does living. Um, you know, as some of you who know me well or who have spent time with me, you know that I love cats. I've grown up with cats. I've always had them. I spent very little time without having beautiful feline company. And so at present, I am blessed with two beautiful Burmese cats. And I look at cats, they have this amazing ability to just relax and just to be. It's one of the reasons I like having them. It's their sense of inner well-being and peace. So why is it that we can't do that? Why can we not just appreciate life and live life without the struggle of living? Some years ago, I decided that I was over struggling, and I made a conscious decision that I would, from that day forward, not struggle with anything. Now, that didn't mean that I was not putting in any effort, because I put a lot of effort in my living, but it meant that I would not keep pushing where there was resistance. Whenever there was a resistance, I would stop and I would evaluate and go, do I really need that? Do I need that in this moment? I had a really big example of that. On the 31st of December, I had a big day ahead, and on the 1st of January, I am doing a huge workshop. I say huge only because of the number of people that are going to be there. And it is a workshop that I run every year on the 1st of January to put in place an achievement plan and a vision board for what we would like to, at this moment, what we think we would like to achieve, both physically, in our physical world, in our emotional well-being, in our mental well-being, and of course our spiritual well-being. So it's a very holistic approach to putting intention into the year. So there was quite a bit of preparation that had to be done still on the 31st of December, and I had also committed to going to an event in the middle of the day from 11 to probably about 4 or whatever it was, with my walk club. And so when I woke up, which is usually about 5:30, and by 6 o'clock I'm doing my meditation and sitting very peacefully and feeling incredibly peaceful, and I suddenly thought, I want to spend the last day of this year in this state of peace. I don't want to be rushing. I don't want to have to fit in, I've got still the preparation for the workshop, and I've still got to prepare to take something for the event in the middle of the day. and it would have meant, and I still have to cook something for the following day, and it would have meant that it would have been push, 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 watching the time, and I just decided I really didn't want to spend the last day of 2017 like that. And so I just made a conscious choice that for me to have peace, I need to let go of something. So I let go of the function in the middle of the day so that I could slow everything down and do what I needed to do, but do it without having to push and struggle. And that's really what this is all about. It's about making choices. And as much as I would have loved to have spent the time with these beautiful people, it wasn't in my highest interest. And so that's what we do so often, don't we? We put other people's needs before ours, or we don't want to let people down, or we worry about what people might think or what they might say or whatever. I just hit the microphone. I apologize. I have French blood in me, so I do a lot of, the hand stuff. But I like it. I just have to stop hitting the mic. So and as soon as I made that decision, I felt such relief, and I thought, no, I am actually taking care of me and my life and what is for the highest good of me. And so I could spend the day doing this, making this recording, and I can do it peacefully without having to look at the time and going, oh my goodness, I've already done 6 minutes. Now I better get on with it because I still have to do X, Y, and Z. I didn't want to spend the day like that. And I don't want to spend my life like that. So the question again is, why does humanity struggle with the idea of living? Why are we told at a very early age that we're going to have to earn a living? Why do I have to earn being alive? I'm here, aren't I? We buy into the most ludicrous, disempowering statements and take them on as a lifestyle. What are you going to do for your life? What are you going to do with your life? I'm going to live it. Guess what? Live it. Now, if I just answered that question that way, people would say, yeah, we know that, but, how? How are you going to earn a living? I don't have to earn it, I'm here. What I do have to do, I believe, and what we all as living creatures have to do, is to find a way to bloom, to expand, to become the best of what is hidden inside. If the acorn, and many acorns don't become oak trees, but the acorns that don't become oak trees, guess what? They fulfill the purpose of nurturing the oak tree to grow and to procreate and make more acorns, right? But the acorn that does become the oak tree, all its purpose is to just keep growing and keep expanding itself and to become as much of itself as it possibly can. Because within that little acorn is hidden this giant oak tree. And within every human being is hidden an amazing wealth of wonder, of wisdom, of expression, of creativity. But we are so busy being indoctrinated that the only purpose we have is to earn a living to pay the bills. And then when we retire, we go, now it's time to have some fun. But by then, are we still healthy enough? It just depends on how you've lived your life up till now. If you have listened to the inner self and you have used the creativity that was hidden within you, yes, absolutely. Anyway, you wouldn't want to then just have to do what you always wanted to do when you retired, because you would have been doing what you've always wanted to do your whole life. And I think in that is the secret. we spend so much of our life not doing what we want to do to feel good. We spend far more time in our life doing what we hope will give us acceptance, love, approval, recognition from others, rather than finding that joy and peace within. Yesterday also I got a message from a lady who I haven't seen for a long time. She moved to the country, inviting me to come and talk to a group that she started. And I said, well, what topic would you like me to talk about? And she said, well, we have been looking at inner peace of late. And I thought, well, there you go. Let's just make that topic. Because to find inner peace, that's the ultimate, isn't it? And if you say that you're finding or you want to find inner peace, well, the first thing you know then is that you don't have it. Or otherwise you wouldn't be asking to find it. And that comes very much from the struggle that we have with life. We look at life like it's a struggle. It's full of challenges, and really all that it takes is a change of perception. It's just a change of how you look at life. Are you living because you want to explore and experience as much of life as you can? Are you living life to, at the end of it, say, wow, that was one hell of a ride and I had a ball doing it? Or at the end of your life, are you going to say, phew, I'm exhausted. That was really tough. Look, life is full of challenges. It's not about not having any challenges, because without challenges, we can't grow. You know, the acorn can't grow into an oak tree if it doesn't push out of that cover that it has. You know, it's quite a tough shell. And it doesn't grow if it doesn't push through the earth to find the sun. But it does it naturally. It does it because that is its natural propensity to be able to find the light to grow. And literally that is all that we need to do, is find the light to grow. But instead we get so sucked into the drama of life. Oh my lordy, lordy, lordy. Drama, drama, drama. We keep looking for the horrible things that are happening to people. Why don't we look for the wonderful things that are happening to people? Look for the beauty in nature. Look for the beauty in us. Look for the beauty in you. And shine that to everyone without being afraid of being judged. If you truly lived your life according to your heart's desire, my goodness, people will flock to be near you. You will want to be near you. Struggling with life is so against nature. You think about it. So if I can encourage you to do anything at all in 2018, and yes, today's the day that we're all going to make these New Year resolutions that we're going to keep. When I say we, it doesn't really include me, because I never make a New Year's resolution. I make an achievement plan, and if you're interested in that, you know, go to my website or send me a message, and or in my book. I do go through it. There is a chapter which says, I think it says the next step or what's ahead. I should know, shouldn't I? I wrote it. But it is all about having a holistic approach to 12 months ahead. And we do, in the community, we do an achievement plan every year, and we work through that all year. So for me, it's all about deciding what, at the present, as I am in this moment, I would like to achieve in my 12 months ahead. If I have 12 months ahead, who knows? And so I make a list of what I would like to do it for my physical well-being, my health, and my well-being. And I look at my world around me, the physical world and the material world, and see, well, is there anything that I would like to do, or is there anything that I would like to have? And I list those. And in that area, I look at my personal life, and my travel diary goes in that. And I look at my work situation and what would I like to achieve in the next 12 months. I look at my money situation, what would I like to achieve there. And I look around my home. So this is how I spend the first day of every year. I look at what I would like to achieve emotionally and what I would like to achieve in my mindset and in my mental body, which includes what I would like to learn. So if I want to do any study, it has a lot to do how I would like to control or take charge of my thought processes. And then, of course, the spiritual side, which is really, for me, takes the highest priority, and how I am connected to my soul. And so that is how I spend my first day of the year every year. And it takes a lot of the struggle out because I have a guideline. Now, when a challenge comes ahead, I always look at it and go, well, how can this challenge expand me? How can I be in relationship to this challenge that I will come out more expanded, wiser, having found more of me that might still be hidden? And then, as my dear girlfriend would say, then I get on with it. So I would really hope that you will have a look at your life today and make a decision. Give yourself that gift not to struggle. Plenty of effort, no struggle. Now, that's my message for today from me, but I was guided to take 2 lots of cards today to see what soul wisdom that I would like to add to that. And this is a set of cards I've used before, and they're the Energy Oracle cards from Sandra Ann Taylor. And so let's have, no, I don't want that many. So let's see what message that might come. These cards, because I don't use them very often, they're a bit stiff and they're slippery. Oh, okay, something came out then. No, really, the Thinking Woman, but that one stuck out also. No, that's not one that we're going to use. The Thinking Woman. Okay, well, the Thinking Woman is the card that came out. Look, I'm looking at her and she's reading a book, and she's got a lot of books there. And for me, the Thinking Woman really means that we've got to think before we act. And we have to make sure that the thoughts that we do think are thoughts that are going to take us to our desired outcome. We spend so much time thinking things that don't that aren't things that we really want to experience, particularly when we get caught up in somebody else's gossip story. We don't really, we don't consider that every word we speak has impact into the world of energy and is going to come and visit us. So I'm just going to read you what the little book that goes with it says. It means female of wisdom or understanding. This card shows a woman holding a book. I already said that. Okay. Looking for higher understanding. So I guess it's all about learning and looking for higher understanding. With this always goes an affirmation in this particular set of cards. So perhaps I will read you that. I open my mind and heart to my own inner wisdom. I'm thoughtful, focused, and clear. I love that, and I think that's a wonderful, wonderful message to start a wonderful, wonderful year with. Just make that decision. I open my mind and heart to my own inner wisdom. Remember, that's what we're talking about. I'm thoughtful, focused, and clear. So that is certainly what I wish for you for 2018. That is a beautiful message. Thank you so much. Now, let's have a look what our friends, the keepers of the light, have to add to that, shall we? Oops, well, that didn't take very long. Okay, here we go. Don't you love him? Can you see him? White eagle. Now, eagle, as you may or may not know, is one of my spirit animals. And so he's got a lot of eagle feathers there. White eagle, ancestor spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Okay. Well, I don't do family wounds or patterns anymore. I never did family wounds, but patterns are always ones that you know, that you have to sort of get rid of, because we are brought up by our family and often take on other people's, I would say, other people's patterns, and we model ourselves to them, you know. Okay, but White Eagle has an extended message that I want to share with you. Take some time to honor just how far you have come. And that is really important, you know. The 31st of December for me has always been that I sit and I reflect on how far I've come yet in this year gone. And then when I start the 1st of January, I look with the intention that when the next 31st of December comes around, I can look back with pride and joy and so much more wisdom. So, recognizing through ceremony and ritual the shifts in your awareness, healing and journey really allows you to move into a state of grace and gratitude. You have or have recently had an opportunity to heal an old family wound. Okay, he's on about that. It's important to connect with your family in spirit, that you can set a new energy of love in place. White Eagle is bringing your ancestors through to you and allowing you to know that they are happy and well. He is sounding his sacred drums to clear your spirit. You know, I have said many times I don't believe in death, and so for any ancestors that have departed, their energy goes on and lives on. So it is really quite easy to connect with that energy and call them at any time that you need them, or you feel like you want to tell them off. But also, you can do a lot of healing. You can connect with that energy and say the things that maybe you haven't said before. I think White Eagle Spirit also is about being connected to the part of you that is part of a lineage. You know, and that lineage is a lineage of humanity for me. All of humanity. We are all connected because we all are fueled by the same source of energy, of this field of consciousness. And we're just a small spark of expression of that. So for me, my ancestry is all of humanity. And from that perspective, the more that I grow in this lifetime, the more that I heal wounds of my past lineage, and the more that I prevent wounds of the future lineage. So it's really important that we spend time with ourselves and that we really learn to become unencumbered and the best of ourselves, that we come to a place where we are okay with us, never mind with anyone else. when we're okay with us. And that means honestly okay with us, not a bravado, ego based, but a real sense of, you know what, I know that with every breath I take, I am being the best of me that I can. And that is all that anyone can ever do. So as we begin another beautiful year, I wish for you just beauty and love for you. The gratitude that was just mentioned, please, please start a gratitude journal if you haven't got one already, through being grateful for all that you have and all that is to come. It actually gets on the express train and it gets to you much faster. So gratitude, make that your guiding force. So as I'm about to leave you on this first day of January 2018, I hope that you enjoy these discourses, and if you do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and tick that little thumb down the side there to show that you do like what I am presenting. For spending more time with me and my work, all the links you will find below. The Spiritual Book Club starts again on the 5th, I think, of February here in Frankston. The Inspired Manifestation Masterclass begins on the 7th of February, and also here in Frankston. Anything else that you would like to learn, if you want personal empowerment coaching or career mentoring, then please contact me, and we can either have Skype sessions or personal sessions, and I will be so happy to be walking beside you. So all the links to my work and the programs for 2018 you will find below. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week and a magnificent year. Be kind to you, be kind to your loved ones, and remember, you are magnificent. Allow people to see it. I love you. Love yourself more. Have an absolutely wonderful beginning to 2018. See you next week.